A capacitor is a device that stores electric charge, and in this experiment we are going to investigate what happens when you allow that charge to dissipate or allow a current to flow through a resistor. Now, the RC circuit is very important in the study of electronics, and that's what this experiment studies. And so let's take a look at how it was done. I have the circuit board here, and it's wired up so that I have a capacitor here that's wired in series with a resistor. In the data set that we have here, they've looked at a couple of different resistance values, and I have it set up right now with just one of them. And let's take a look at the iPad here. The iPad I have connected to the Go Direct voltage probe here, and I have the capacitor is charged, and I did it by, I have the batteries in here, and I have it set up so that I can charge it. And then there is a switch here that it's called a single pole double throw switch, and when I close this switch, it will allow the capacitor to discharge through the resistor. So watch what happens to the value on the meter when I flip the switch. And so it immediately starts to drop, and so we see it, and it takes a little bit to go down, and then if I flip it back, I can recharge the capacitor. And so we see what's happening there. Now, I said they're using two different resistance values, and so resistance is really a measure of how hard it is for the current to flow in the circuit. And so let's take a look at the data set here. And so what we have here is the data from the two runs. One of them is using the 100 kilo ohm resistor, and one is using a 47 kilo ohm resistor. And so we see the two runs here, and the lab asks you to analyze this data using the graphical analysis software. So let's take a look at that. So if I come over here, I have my two curves, and if I go down to the graph tools in the lower left corner, I can come here. I can apply a curve fit, and it's defaulting to linear. Doesn't look like it's linear, so let's try something else. How about I jump right down here, and I'm going to do a natural exponential function there and apply that. And so this gives you information about the rate of decay of the voltage in the capacitor. And again, this is a very important concept when studying electronics, and that's what this experiment is all about.